Hey everyone, it's Vincent Rapp, the Rural Texas Regional Manager at Combined Arms, and here with me today is Montaigne Long, the Assistant Director of Office of Veteran Services at the Texas A&M University System. How you doing today, Montaigne?
Hey, great, Vincent. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I'm glad to have you on. I'm really glad to have you on. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what your role is over at Texas A&M?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, I'm the Assistant Director of the Office of Veteran Services for the Texas A&M University System. There are 11 campuses within our system. Each has their own veterans office, and then we serve as the system-wide Office of Veteran Services. I have worked in higher education with student veterans for about the past 10 years in several different roles as a school certifying official, a program coordinator, running different programs on campuses in California. And then my family and I moved to Texas a few years ago, and I joined the Texas A&M University System.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So made the great move from California to Texas. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, as we are talking with our veterans, why would you consider going the education route after separating from the military versus jumping right into the job market right now?
Yeah. Well, I think especially right now, kind of in the time that we're in, higher education is one of the best things that veterans could do if they're separating from the military. One thing, it'll provide them with job skills and training that they might need for their next career. Higher education is a good place to be right now. I think it's great to always further your education and learn as much as you possibly can. Practicality wise, though, higher education is the next best stop for veterans after separating from the military, because it does provide a guaranteed paycheck if they have things like the post 9/11 GI Bill or Montgomery GI Bill, that they could have some income coming in while they're also attending school and furthering their education.
Yeah, so you kind of hit a little bit on that. That was going to lead into my next segment. Kind of what are the benefits out there for veterans, both veterans that sign on for the military from Texas and then outside of Texas?
Right, absolutely. So if we're looking at federal benefits, I think the thing that we see most common is the post 9/11 GI Bill that our student veterans are using. It pays their tuition and fees at public institutions. It provides them with a monthly housing allowance, and it also provides them with a book stipend. So there's some great incentives for using that. There's still the traditional Montgomery GI Bill around, which will pay a veteran a monthly housing stipend. Basically, student is responsible for their own tuition and fees. And then for those Texas veterans, we have the Hazelwood exemption, which can be used as a way to exempt tuition and fees at a public institution. Hazelwood can also be passed on to a dependent or a child. So there's some great benefits out there in the state for dependents as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Especially right now, if you're a veteran that's looking to hone in on some skills or don't necessarily know where you're going right now, education is definitely a really good avenue, especially with, like you said, the post 9/11 GI Bill. You have the ability to access BAH in many cases. So, if I was a veteran and I'm looking to go back to school, especially at Texas A&M, where do I start? What is the process to obtain those education benefits?
So within the A&M system, like I mentioned, we have 11 campuses that are literally spread throughout the state, from everywhere as far up as West Texas A&M and Canyon, just outside of Amarillo, all the way down to Texas A&M International and Laredo. So there's a campus somewhere near you if you're in the state of Texas. I think the best way to start is by contacting the campus veterans office. Those veterans coordinators and directors will be able to guide you in the right direction as far as applying for your benefits before you even start school. I think they can get you connected to admissions to help you fill out the application, and then also get you connected to other resources and services, not only on campus, but also in the community that could aid in your transition.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a really different time right now, and so I wanted to kind of ask you, with the way that things are right now during this pandemic, what have been some of the challenges? What have been some of the ways that A&M has had to kind of navigate these waters?
Absolutely. So I think early on, one of the first things we saw was that some of our student veterans who are current students were being called up to service in support of the pandemic. So we had to assist those students in maybe stopping classes during the semester and preparing to go back into active service, whether that was through the National Guard or the Reserve. Something else that's been challenging is really just moving higher education from being in person to online. And so we've had to navigate those kind of technological challenges along the way of how do you take classes online and what does that look like? For us that offer, resources and support and programs, it's how do we engage with our students? That's been a real challenge. Now that we're not all on campus where we have the resources and services and programs available, it's how do we connect with our student veteran population? As we move forward into the fall semester, I think it'll bring its own set of challenges, but I'm fairly confident that veterans as a whole are very resilient, they're flexible, and I think they're able to navigate the challenges that are going to come their way.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one of the things that I know that Texas A&M has that many other colleges don't is the rellis campus. Do you want to kind of hit on that for just a little bit, especially for military members that are transitioning out? That may be a pretty good avenue to go about getting their degree.
Absolutely. So the rellis is an academic alliance with Blinn College and the Texas A&M University system. So really how it works is students start at rellis campus, which is located in College Station. They start with going to their first 2 years at Blinn College, which will give them a solid foundation and then prepare them to transfer to one of the institutions within the Texas A&M University system. There are several options that you can choose from right now. Texas A&M Corpus Christi has a business program. Prairie View A&M University has a nursing program. Really, it's a great way that you can live in Bryan College Station, kind of get the College Station Texas A&M experience while attending one of the institutions of the A&M system. All done right here in Bryan College Station.
Wow, that is some great information. So, you had kind of mentioned mentioned living in College Station and getting that experience. Do you mind telling us what a veteran can expect by living in that area, in that Bryan College Station area?
Right. So our main campus, the flagship institution, Texas A&M University, is located here in College Station. And now we have the Academic Alliance with rellis that's also located here. So there's a number of options for higher education for veterans who are looking to transition into higher education. Bryan College Station is a really nice kind of small town feel, but we have everything that you need in your bigger cities as well. Come the fall, it's a great place to be for Aggie football. So I think, even our students that are participating at rellis, they still have the opportunity to come and experience that, which is really great. Texas A&M is a really unique place, steeped in tradition. I think it's an experience that veterans would really like. There's a lot of similarities to kind of some of their military service as far as tradition, camaraderie goes. And then just the amount of support I think that we have in Bryan College Station for veterans in general, not only from the campus, but also from the community. There's some great organizations that support veterans. And it's a really great, I think, military friendly place to be.
Yeah, I absolutely love how open A&M was with Combined Arms and bringing those resources to the veterans in that area. And I think that you spoke on it. Bryan College Station is a very veteran friendly towns. And so,
yeah.
But with being a military veteran and kind of having that background, what are some similarities that they can expect going to A&M as they did, being in the military?
Right. So Texas A&M is historically a military institution. That's how we got our start. And so I think some of those traditions and values are still very much a part of the university. There's an option for students to join the Corps of Cadets, which is an ROTC group that prepares them, undergraduate students for military service, but there's actually a unit for veterans as well, where they can find that same type of sense of camaraderie that they had in the military and be around like-minded peers who are also veterans. So that's a really unique experience that they could participate in as well. The Texas A&M University system has served veterans for over a century now. We first started serving veterans following World War I in 1919. So we've just entered our 101st year of serving veterans. So I don't know if you can find an institution anywhere in the United States that is as veteran friendly and has been serving veterans as long as Texas A&M has.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I absolutely love the 12th man and the midnight practice cheers and things
Right.
of that nature. You know, I do. I don't think that you can really beat some of those things that you have over in Bryan College Station. But you know, I'm so thankful that you came on today, Montaigne, and just kind of gave a little bit more information on what it was that we're trying to bring to veterans and connecting them with the A&M system and trying to help them have another avenue to go when transitioning out.
Right.
Do you have anything else as far as the A&M system goes?
You know, I really think that the A&M system is a destination of choice for student veteran success, and veterans can find their place at any one of our institutions across the state of Texas. They'll find veteran support on their campuses. I think that they'll find ways to get involved and connected, and they'll find their home here in the A&M system, whether that's in College Station or one of the other institutions within the system.
Again, thank you so much for coming on today, Montaigne, and talking a little bit more about A&M. Like I said at the beginning, I'm Vincent Rapp. I'm the Rural Texas Regional Manager for Combined Arms, and what we're trying to do is bring resources for veterans out in the more rural areas. And we're so thankful to be working with a great system like Texas A&M. And again, Montaigne, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yes, absolutely. This is going to be a great partnership with Combined Arms and A&M system to reach veterans across the state.
Yes, ma'am, for sure. Well,
Absolutely.
We thank everybody. And again, thank you so much, Montaigne, for coming on, and we'll see y'all later.
All right. Thanks, Vincent.
All right.
All right.